a podcast about Degrassi, the next generation. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Holland. And today we are going to shake things up and continue to finally cover some more minis. So we've already covered season 1 of minis, and now we are going to do season 2. So today we're going to be talking about season 2, episodes 1 through 4, and we'll just go through them, talk about how weird they are, and I guess from last time we'll carry over our picking our favorite thing and our least favorite thing out of each of them. So the first mini that we watched today was Dating 4 Dudes Part 1.
And when I read the title, I thought it was going to be someone was dating 4
Yeah, that's
dudes.
what I thought too, because the 4 is the actual number 4, but it's not. It's freaking Danny and Derek with crazy, crazy hair.
Oh my God, so crazy hair and so sweaty.
And it's like an advice video on like how dudes can date, and it's ridiculous. They
so
want
bad.
to mac on the homies double D style, and we will be learning when to pounce and when to bounce. And Danny initially starts out
when to pounce and when to bounce kills me.
So then Danny goes over to Emma, who's like knitting outside, and that fake Michael Jackson music from the 80s dance episode is playing.
Oh yeah.
And Danny like tries asking Emma out, and it's gross, and she punches him. And then Derek starts laughing and like tries to bond with Liberty, and Liberty like pushes him down the stairs.
It's so good.
It's great.
I just love to watch Emma punch him over and over.
And
They're just because he's like, "What if you knitted me a sweater and then we cuddled?" And I was like, I hate it. Also, it's like 95 degrees in New York right now, so just the idea of wearing a sweater is making me angry.
yeah. Just like wearing a sweater that you share with somebody to cuddle in.
Hard pass.
Sounds terrible.
Hard
right
pass
now.
on all of those things.
But then we cut over to the hallway where Derek like approaches Ashley, who is like acting very strange in the video, and he's like, "Hey, like you should go out with me." And she's like, "I have a boyfriend." And he's like, "Oh, well, I won't tell anybody." And she's like, "Okay, fine. All right, are you going to pay me now?" I don't know.
It's so cheesy. Although one line that I did really like, actually, you know what? I'll save it for. But then we find out that Toby is the one who like shot and directed it.
It's like a Toby Isaacs joint or whatever.
Which frankly tracks, because if anything says creepy dude, it's Toby plus Derek plus Danny at this time period.
Yeah. It was a lot. And that was kind of that one.
Yeah. What was your favorite?
My favorite part was when Liberty pushed Derek down the stairs.
That's a really good part. My favorite was just this one line that actually Derek had, which was, "I like your shirt. It brings out your face."
Yeah. I wrote that down too. What was your least favorite part? Just the general skeeviness.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Just all of the
Just
grossness.
Danny and Derek being
Derek's
gross.
face.
Yeah. Just Derek and his stupid face.
Derek and his stupid
His shirt
face.
brings out his face in a bad way.
It does. That boy should not wear yellow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, whatever. So that was the first episode that we watched. Oh, and so season 1, all the episodes were named after 80s songs. They've completely abandoned that. Because episode 2 is Adam Lazarra from Taking Back Sunday married my mom. And we've actually watched this one before because, of course, we have.
Of course we have. What the fuck was Taking Back Sunday doing at this time? Like, what was this weird crossover?
I don't know. It was in 2006 when they were pretty big. Like
what was this
mainstream
crossover? I don't understand.
I don't know. It was when they were on the show, and I guess they roped them into doing a mini, which is strange because they had like way more like they had more lines and like screen time in this 2-minute mini than they did on the entire episode that they were on.
It was
essentially
so weird. It was so weird. But I did love Spike's tattoos, and I was like, oh yeah, Spike's super hot.
Yeah.
We just forget because she's become so background, and she gets so many bad haircuts now.
So it's like a fake TV show. It has like that 70s show font in the beginning.
It's like it's meant to be
And
like
it's
a sitcom.
filmed in front of a live studio audience, and Liberty's like lusting over Adam Lazarra.
Liberty is a different human, and it's making me
ridiculous.
very uncomfortable. uncomfortable.
And it's back, and it's when Adam Lazarra has that like bleach blonde hair, and he and Spike are just like cuddling on the couch, and then the rest of the band comes in. They're carrying like all this junk food, and I think one of them is holding like Fruitopia. And
what is that? I don't know what that is.
Like that fruity soda stuff. I don't know. It's like very outdated. I don't know if I've ever actually had it, but I
couldn't
feel
figure
like,
out what they were eating either.
I don't know, like gummy things? I don't know. Liberty was like lusting over Adam Lazarra. Emma was like, stop talking about him that way. He's my new stepdad. And
she keeps calling him dad, which makes me very uncomfortable.
Really weird. And then Ellie comes in with her like journalism glasses, and she's like, I need to interview you. I'm from the Corps. And Emma's like, no interviews. And then Nate comes in all disheveled and with like flowers, and he's like, Spike, take me back, blah. And they're like, get out of here. You made us eat health food, so bye.
Which like is Emma's entire brand.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
Whatever.
And then Adam Lazarra's like, I gotta go. Like, and then he's like, bye, honey, and like kisses Spike and then bounces.
And she's like, see you backstage.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is the skater boy? What's happening? It's so weird. It's so weird.
What was your favorite part?
Wait, did we mention Ellie?
Yeah. I said Ellie comes in with her journalism glasses.
Did we talk about her claw hand? Because she does her claw hand.
And then one of the guys in the band like does it back.
I didn't notice that. I was too focused on Ellie's claw hand, but that's really funny. All right, so that's my favorite part. Is
the claw hand exchange.
The claw hand exchange was really good.
My favorite part is just like the fact that Taking Back Sunday did this. My least favorite part was just how awkward it was.
My least favorite part is Adam Lazarra's blonde hair.
Yeah, it's not good.
It was a bad time.
All right, so then the third episode is called Be Aware of Heather Sinclair, and it's like the camera is in the point of view of Heather Sinclair, so because of course we still don't see her. And
her voice is terrible.
It sounds like a bad Parker Posey impersonation.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's not good at all. Oh, I love Parker Posey.
I know. And it starts off right off the bat with her deliberately not recycling. So we're like, oh, she's a horrible monster person. And then she just goes around and starts insulting people.
She calls Derek and Danny Ebony and Ivory, and then she calls him Gerald. And I was like, there's a lot to unpack here.
And then she goes by like Jimmy and Spinner, and she's like, Jimmy, like, I think you're so brave. Like, the way you like just dangle or you like keep Spinner on his toes or whatever, like never really totally forgiving him for this shooting. Like, how passive aggressively awesome. And he's like, great, thanks.
It was pretty good.
And she like gums up to Liberty, and Liberty's like, don't even, I already know what you're going to say. And she's talking about how like her ex-boyfriend is in love with another girl, and they're opening up a daycare, and I'm like, oh my god, JT is still here.
Oh, I miss JT.
And
she also tells Peter that the blue in his shirt brings out the evil in his eyes,
which I thought was great,
which was accurate.
And then
she also talks to Emma and like casually mentions the glow up.
Oh yeah, she's actually nice to Emma. She's like, oh, you look so hot right now.
What happened to you? To which we all say, yeah, right.
And then she calls Darcy a value village butt or something because she's wearing old clothes. And then she opens her locker, and in the mirror it's Paige's face, and then she screams, and then Paige like wakes up, and I was like, did Paige like warg into Heather Sinclair? What's going on? But it was apparently a bad dream. She's like, no wonder nobody likes her. It was kind of a weak ending.
It was a very weak ending, but I feel like any ending that ends with "and it was all a dream" is usually a real bummer.
Yeah. My favorite part was blue really brings out the evil in your eyes. My least favorite part was the racism.
You just said it so sweetly. It was just like, it's the racism. My favorite part was just seeing Lauren Collins because we haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah.
And my least favorite part was fake Parker Posey's voice.
Yeah, not great.
I also wasn't crazy about the casual racism either.
But I already said that. All right. And then the last episode we're going to talk about today is the Jimmy Walks episode. And Jimmy and Spinner are in the cafeteria, and Spinner like sits down and he has like a bouquet of flowers and is like, Darcy wants me to be more romantic. And I'm like, all right, I guess we're back to when he and Darcy were dating. And then Jimmy sees Ashley walk in the cafeteria and he's like, over here. And she starts walking, but Derek like throws a banana peel on the ground and Ashley like starts to slip on it. But then Jimmy like turns into Spider-Man and the power of love and also adrenaline, I guess, like causes him to walk and save her from falling. And then Spinner starts slow clapping, but then we realize that it was a daydream. And then Spinner like kind of like falls onto the table and Spinner and Jimmy like helps him and he's like, thanks man, you're my hero. And you saved my bacon, lettuce, tomato. And he said
I thought that was really cute. Actually, no, I liked that. I thought it was cute. He's like, you saved my bacon, lettuce and tomato.
And then that was what that mini was. It was fine. It was like a daydream. It's not the first mini where we see that's like, what if Jimmy could walk again?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine.
I feel like Drake is maybe just tired of doing the wheelchair thing and wants to walk around in some of the minis.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty boring. Anything with Ashley in it bums me out.
Yeah. My favorite part was, I guess, you saved my bacon. My least favorite part was Ashley, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, those are kind of mine.
The weird kiss between Jimmy and Ashley after he saves her, because nobody wants to see that.
My favorite part was also the bacon, lettuce, and tomato. I can't even come up with a better one. Also, just like the joy in Jimmy's face. My least favorite part was how much of a bummer the whole thing was, and also that it was like a weird Spider-Man ripoff.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a real short little mini ep. But we hope you enjoyed it. Those are the first 4 minis. We're going to try to knock the rest of them out pretty soon because we haven't done minis in a while. So, yeah. Thanks for listening, guys.
Bye, Panthers.
Bye, Panthers.